Welcome to Jerusalem. I gave a quick tour of Masjid al-Aqsa in the last part. Today, I will take you through a quick tour of the Old City, a suburb in modern Jerusalem. The boundaries of Jerusalem continued to change as the population grew. Therefore, Jerusalem mentioned in the ancient scripts is not the same metropolis we see today. Until the late 19th century, Jerusalem was the Old City. Masjid al-Aqsa is located within the Old City. In the 19th century, the Old City was divided into several quarters. The four major quarters were the Muslim quarter, the Christian quarter, the Armenian quarter, and the Jewish quarter. The Old City and Masjid al-Aqsa have been protected by massive defensive walls. We do not know who was the first to construct these walls. A small part of Masjid al-Aqsa's boundary wall dates to 570 BC, the period of Herod the Great. Rulers after him raised and reconstructed the walls throughout history. Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent ordered the reconstruction of the old city's enormous defensive walls in 1540. As a result, there are 7 gates to enter this fortress. Let's visit the Muslim quarter, the largest of all. We are entering this quarter through the Damascus Gate. Prophet Ibrahim or Abraham lived in this region a long time ago. Since then, many prophets have lived in and around this city. Some are allegedly buried in this land. Jerusalem is considered a holy city by all 3 Abrahamic faiths. Though it's a holy city for all, this is also a place where people live, go to work, buy groceries, and kids play. After performing the Fajr or the dawn prayer at Masjid al-Aqsa, we are taking a walk through the Muslim quarter to reach our hotel located outside the old city. The sun has just risen and the streets are still quiet. However, this place becomes lively and vibrant at dusk. Walking through this citadel reminds me of medieval times. In fact, some of these structures go back to medieval times or even before. Like Masjid al-Aqsa, Jerusalem is also known by other names. Jerusalem is the name most commonly used in the Bible. It is the Greek transliteration of the Hebrew word Yerushalayim, meaning the city of peace. Ancient Persian ruled this land in 500 BC and they called it Hangdis Hoxt, meaning holy palace. Romans destroyed this city in the 2nd century and renamed it Aelia Capitolina. Early in the Middle Ages, the Arabs called it Aelia. Aelia is the name used in some of the hadiths of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he referred to Jerusalem. The modern Arabic name of the city is Al-Quds, meaning the holy. We are now approaching Baba Sahira or Herod's Gate, one of the 7 gates to the old city. As we exit, you can see the modern-day East Jerusalem on the right and the monumental walls of this castle on the left. Christians of different denominations, including Ethiopians, Greek Orthodox, Catholics, Coptic, and Syrians, lived in the Christian Quarter. The Christian Quarter is the home to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the holiest place for Christians, and Masjid Amr, a historical landmark. There's a fantastic story behind why these two structures are located just across the street. Via Dolorosa is a long street that winds its way through the Muslim and Christian quarters. Christians venerate this path as the path Jesus Christ is said to have taken by the Romans to his crucifixion. The route ends at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which enshrines the spot where many Christians believe Jesus was crucified and resurrected. Muslims, however, have a different belief regarding the crucifixion of Prophet Isa. Armenian Quarter is the smallest quarter of all. Armenian Christians are given special status because they were the first to embrace Christianity in Europe. I came across a clothing store as we walked through the Jewish Quarter. The store caught my eyes because the clothes sold at this store look like the ones Arabs wear. However, they are not. These are called talith, a type of clothing that religious Jews wear. In Jerusalem, it's common to see Jewish women wearing long dresses with headscarves resembling the hijab that Muslim women wear. Similarly, Jewish men cover their heads with skull caps. In addition, men and women segregate at places of worship. I was surprised these are similar to the Islamic tradition. You will notice a vast archaeological excavation on the left as we walk through. These columns are the relic of the main street during the Roman-Byzantine era. Finally, I want to take you to a quarter many have not been to. In addition to the four major quarters, there was a small quarter known as the Moroccan Quarter. Moors from Morocco settled in this quarter in the 12th century. After occupying the old city, Israel drove out the Moors and destroyed this quarter to construct the Western Wall Plaza. For those who are not aware, Western Wall has significant historical value. Since religious Jews do not enter Masjid al-Aqsa compound, and this wall being located close to the Dome of the Rock, Jews pray next to this wall. However, this practice was not popular until the establishment of the Zionist movement. Here is the Western Wall before 1967. Notice Jewish women wailing by this wall. And here you see the Moroccan Quarter being razed to the ground. Most of the Moors expelled from this quarter have been living in the Shuafat refugee camp up until today. Today, Western Wall Plaza stands at the very location where the Moroccan Quarter was once.